This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Margarina.
Today is
parents,
a great show.
If you have kids and you're like, they're driving me crazy, Dr. Justin Coulson has advice, and some of it will surprise you. Like, don't praise them.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was
yeah.
extraordinary,
Really
wasn't
good.
Yeah, there's the building next door has entered a new annoying phase. I talk about that situation.
Jenny Craig gets a mention in this show, and Lockjaw.
Yeah.
All
We
in the one
talked
sentence.
to a local guy trying to make it big in the NFL in America.
And we also giving away Coldplay tickets. Catch up with Danelle and play a game of What's Danelle Buying at the Chemist.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
On Nova 937.
That would be us. It's 6:03. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Morning, everybody.
Yeah.
We've made it to Wednesday. Solid effort.
Fair income. We deserve a couple of days off after this performance.
That's a great point.
We all got through the great man Miguel, and that was exhausting. So we probably needed a couple of days off from yesterday.
I read an article the other day saying, I didn't want to read it because it enraged me, but it said the 4-day working week has hit Perth.
Yeah.
Where's it hit?
I don't know. I didn't want to get into it because I knew it didn't hit here.
Does it? If it keeps hitting around various suburbs, it's going to It's going to work its way here, like with the breeze. I mean, everyone's had it. It gets to you eventually.
Hey, here's the deal. If everyone else that's listening now in their jobs gets down to a 4-day week,
Yes.
then we might have a fighting chance. But what's their 4-day week? You know
That's
what I mean?
the problem, isn't it?
It is.
So if some people work Tuesday to Friday, but other people work
Yes.
Monday to Thursday.
Then when do we get... What's ours?
Great point.
It's never going to happen.
Do you reckon?
It's never going to happen.
So, I mean,
to
some
us.
jobs are more like... It works better for them if you work in an office or whatever.
But it could work better for us.
It could.
Where everybody just has to agree, all right? So do we want Monday off or do we want Friday off?
Okay, what would you rather?
I think
off?
it's Monday.
Oh, I was going to say Friday.
Okay.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Natalie,
Nice.
for some reason, you're right. I feel like it's Friday.
Why? Why Friday?
Because generally, and I suppose it would change, the world would change, but like there's not 1,000 things happening on a Sunday night where there are more things happening throughout the...
But I think that would just be
No,
because
'cause you can
if
still
you have a
change.
Monday
Then it
off.
would
No, you're
change.
talking about Thursday. You're not going to go out Thursday night when you're our age.
Late night shopping.
Yeah.
Go play Chasing Kmart, like we used to in Kalgoorlie.
No way, because Friday is a night you can still participate, right? Saturday, yes. Sunday is the Sunday session, which we haven't been involved in a long time.
Look.
That is the day, dude. Come
Look,
on.
we'll get stuck into this when we're at the lodge with the Prime Minister. We'll work it out for
Gonna hit
everyone.
those important
Hey, can we get a
issues.
vote going? I'd like to see where people stand on this.
What's that?
Let's get Sam to put something up on our socials. I'd like to see where people land on that one. I reckon it's definitely Monday.
What a loser. I want to get something to put up
It's Monday.
Pick a day of the week.
You are.
I want to do a bit of
You're that close from getting a Jacob Van Ruin in the head at the moment.
Hey guys, I'm really interested in this. Number 30.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to catch up with Dr. Justin Coulson a little later in
Nathan's
the show.
going to be doing a bloody 3-day week once I put him in a wheel.
Parenting
Off to hospital.
expert. 10K day in May as well. Another chance to win 10K this afternoon. All right, isn't it?
Right, I'm going home.
You know what? We should put up a poll to see who likes to send Sharon things. I'm really interested in this.
Harry.
Cat.
Hold me back, Harry.
If it's time for a winter trip, jump on What If, the place to go for quick Aussie getaways.
Oh, I reckon it'd be a hotel staycation for me.
For accommodation, flights and more, book on the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel.
It's been a journey at my place because I have construction happening next door and it's been
a
happening
while.
for 3 years now.
Yeah, things don't go up quickly anymore. do they?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm four separate townhouses.
Oh, okay.
So like it's terrible because then they finish one and then they go to the next one and then they go to the next one. It's like, can you do them at the same time? please?
Wouldn't it be more, I don't know,
Yes.
That's weird because
efficient?
there's a couple getting done in my street and they go up at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just completely.
Yes, so all of they do all the bricking stuff, and then they do all the plumbing stuff, and whatever order you do it in. That would make sense rather than have all the different trades build one, and then
Been such a journey. So we're on to the last place now. And I've become very used to the sounds of construction now.
Sure.
To the point where I can fall asleep. I can have a nap on the
Yeah.
lounge if someone's cutting through concrete with a wet saw.
because that is the thing for us. Like we know that noise wise,
Yeah.
they are only allowed to work between certain
Yes.
hours, but those are the hours hours
that
when
we
we're at home trying to nap.
And they don't care. And they've got, I'm going to say, they've got 96 FM full blast. So I listen to all of 96 FM's greatest hits. And here I am. So anyway, I've gotten used to all the different sounds, but suddenly we have entered a new phase. The hammering phase. It is, and I thought the hammering phase would have been earlier, but it is now.
What are they hammering?
The carpenters going
metal. They are hammering wood. They are hammering. It seems like they're just getting It seems like they're hammering just like a portaloo. They're hammering everything. So and it seems like they've invited everyone in
for a hammer party
around 3 suburbs to bring a hammer in and hammer in.
Well, get down there with your hammer.
Such loud hammering. Yes, I think Thor was there. It's insane.
Does it feel like it's targeted hammering?
Yes, it does feel personal.
At you.
It does
it's like they've got the binoculars trained on Nathan. He's just laid down. He's just laid down. All right, get the hammer. Ready. Hang on, his eyes are closing. They're getting heavy. All right, start hammering.
Mike, hit the duddy again. That'll get him.
How long's the hammering phase going to last, do you think?
God, it shouldn't be too long.
Because hammering, they're just dressing the building now. You know what I mean? They're putting the clothes on. They've gotten the negligee on and the underwear, and now they're just.
What's all the carpentry work on the outside that you saying?
Can you stop that, please?
Someone's been in the portaloo too long.
I don't need it at work too, Harry.
That's the worst.
Yeah, the metal one. Metal hammer on
the metal hammer was the worst hammer. Anyways, I'm just frightened. I don't know how long this is gonna.
I think the way that the construction industry is going at the moment, this will go for about 6.5 months. Should be done nearly by Christmas. Okay, is that good?
Now I understand the song "Stop Hammer Time."
Yeah.
Can you please stop Hammer Time? Thank you.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Nova's 10K a day in May.
Oh my God, 10K a day in May. A guaranteed 10K winner every weekday.
All right. Time to put some people in the running to win $10,000 with Nova's 10K a day in May. What about Robin from Inaloo?
Come on down, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hey.
Hey, Robin, this morning we're having a conversation and Sean was so excited about it, he wanted to put a poll up on our social.
I'm very excited about it.
And that is if a 4-day work was to land here, a 4-day working week is to land here in Perth, would you want the Monday off or the Friday off? What would it be?
I would be the Friday off.
Okay, one vote for Friday.
One vote for Friday.
I feel you're insane. Yeah, you do.
Do you know what's your reasoning, Robin?
Because you're leaving work in your head a day earlier than you normally would, rather than starting a day later.
It's like the end of the week comes sooner.
It is a head thing, isn't it, Robin?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it equal the same other way around? You're not going to work when you should be going to work.
But
but that's outweighed by that. When you turn up to work for the first day of the week, you go, you know what, Friday's not too far away.
Are you cheating when you turn up on a Tuesday? Like,
If you have Monday off, then you're still at work on Tuesday. And go, oh God, it's ages till Friday. For some reason.
But Thursday comes so much sooner.
Oh, that's a clear vote, Robin.
You're in the running for 10K. Good luck. Julie, hello.
Hello.
Julie.
Jules. All right, Jules, same question.
Come on, Jules.
Monday or Friday off for a 4-day working week?
Monday, because I've got already Fridays off.
So you can tell us. So you're already working a 4-day work week then, Jules?
I work Monday to Thursdays.
Yes.
I do.
And do you love that? Do you love having Friday off?
I love Fridays off for sure.
Oh, Julie. Julie, do you still get up early and listen to the show?
I do. I wake up at 5 every day.
Even on Fridays, your day off?
Yes, because I'm running. I'm running, yeah.
Oh, you're running?
Ah.
Yes.
Well, you just do this naturally? You go on long runs in the morning? Are you a marathon runner or something?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Yes, I did. I just did my first marathon a few weeks ago in Bunbury.
You interesting little bugger.
Well done.
Julie, am I detecting a French accent?
No way. She's as Aussie as Vegemite.
Yes, of course, from France.
How long have you been here, Julie?
I've been here 14 years.
Oh, gorgeous.
Love your accent.
I feel like I need a croissant.
I know. I need a PT miam.
You're amazing,
Good luck, Julie. You're in the running. Bon chance, as we say en France.
Merci.
Sheena, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Sheena.
Just a boring old Australian accent, Sheena. Just saying.
I know, I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
even
sorry, I
ask her
ruined
about
your
the
morning.
4-day working week.
I'm not that important.
Monday or Friday off?
I'd have to say Friday because I run all the pays on Monday and I want my money.
There you go.
Oh, Sean.
Strategic, okay.
So you,
Had a couple of votes.
weekly payday then, Sheena. Is that the way it works?
Fortnightly, but I do the accounts, so I need to do everything on Mondays. It's boring.
Yeah.
Wow, Mondays.
We get paid monthly. Imagine how our lives are.
Yeah,
I know,
but we're okay. But like in the third week, we see the staff going through the bins.
Yes.
Anyone that's not on our pay packets are stealing out of each other's bags. And saw someone eating some A4 paper the other day up near the printer.
Matt Rail grass incident happens around here, mate.
Do what you have to do.
You do, don't
That's
you?
right. You've got to get through. Sheena, you're in the running for 10K. Okay, good luck. You could get the call back. from
Amazing.
Ricky
Thank
Lee,
you.
Tim
Thanks,
Joel, the
Sheena.
Go on,
Savo.
Sheena.
Nicely played.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form. Last quarter. Sensational play.
Be there to cheer on the home team from the Bankwest Best Seats in the House.
Footy season's back, everybody.
Certainly is, Nat, and to celebrate, we're giving away premium Bankwest best seats to Friday night's blockbuster between the West Coast Eagles and the Suns.
What makes it premium?
Food and drink.
Food and drinks, and also you'll be sitting in the coronation chair that Charles
Yes.
used.
Oh, that's a bit
dirty old
uncomfortable.
wooden chair.
Yeah, with the
Can I just
stone
talk
of
about that?
destiny in the bottom of it.
So that chair, right, that gets sat in once for the coronation. So like,
gets
because
used
when you
once
think
every
about
70
it,
years.
So when you think about it, like you think like, oh God, that's lasted a while. But in reality, it's not in that good a nick because there's only one person sitting in every 70 years, and it looked like it was damp old wood. That's been at the back in the shed.
That wood is history.
And what are all the carvings in there? Like when you used to carve your name into the table with the
Yeah, it
steak
would have been
knife
back in the day.
at like Lone House. Anyway.
But there would have been, 70 years, but it would have been more frequent before because they were
that.
knocking people off left, right, and centre.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, man, it's just a history lesson, dude. You know, GIT
What about the stone
style.
of destiny? How do you feel about that?
What's that?
Well, that was in the chair, in the bottom of the chair.
Was it in the bottom of the chair?
Yeah.
What stone was it?
It's a big rock
Oh.
of destiny.
Okay, well, sorry. Now it's impressive.
Your destiny could be to head to the footy in the best seats in the house, and to do that, you've got to make it to the last quarter when we play last quarter.
That's right. It's going to be
Getting
4
it.
quarters, 2 people facing off in each quarter. The winner of the last quarter is the winner of the last quarter.
Can you explain it some more?
Pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a game of 4 quarters, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're starting with the first quarter, obviously, Natalie, and we're going to get Debbie playing Steph this morning. Deb, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh,
Wonderful.
fantastic,
Great, Deb.
Debbie. Really excited for you to be playing last quarter.
Excellent. Oh, I'm so excited.
Now, you're going against Steph from Woodvale. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Is that
Hi,
now,
Steph.
as we know, Steph, to win the last quarter, you have to win the last quarter. And to get through that, you have to win the first quarter.
That's right.
To
and
get
then
to the second quarter.
Then the third, then the last
It's easy.
quarter.
It's easy.
Each quarter is one question. So we're going to ask the question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. You get it right, you're through to the next quarter. Get it wrong.
Excellent.
Oh, you've
We're
ruined
out.
it. Yep, that's it.
Yep. We're out.
Let's test your buzzers. Debbie,
Debbie.
Steph,
Steph.
working well.
All right. First quarter question. Which band has just been announced to be playing an exclusive Perth
Steph.
show at...
Steph,
Coldplay.
Steph's through to the next quarter. Bye, Debbie.
I know.
Thank you. No worries.
No
Oh,
worries,
my
baby.
God.
Playing.
Bye.
Steph, you're up
Sorry, jumped
against.
in that.
You're up against Mark from Quellup. Morning, Mark.
Morning, guys. How you going?
Welcome to
Mark.
the second quarter, Mark.
Mark. Mark, do you know how to win the last quarter?
Oh, not lately.
You have to win the last
Yeah,
quarter.
that's right.
It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Mark, let's test your buzzer. Mark,
Mark.
working well.
All right.
Second quarter question.
What is the name of the award given to the fairest and best player in the AFL?
Mark.
Yes, Mark.
The Brownman medal.
Yes, Mark.
Are you telling Mark just won the second quarter?
Mark
and
won the
moving on to
second
the
quarter.
third quarter.
It's half time. We move on to the third quarter. Mark, you're up against Alicia from Baldivis. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning.
Oh,
Alicia, you sound a little bit hesitant.
She's all right.
Alicia.
I don't know much about sports.
It might not be about sport.
Hey, you might be fine then.
Yeah, the first question was about
Fingers
Coldplay,
crossed.
remember?
Yes.
Test your buzzer, Alicia.
Alicia.
All right, here we go. Third quarter question. What are the names of the 3 female lead characters from the hit sitcom Friends?
Mark.
Alicia.
Mark?
Phoebe, Rachel, and Monica.
Don't forget Monica. I know.
Jeez, mate.
That's how it's done, everybody.
Mark into the last quarter?
Is into the last quarter.
Gosh.
And your opponent in the last quarter, Mark, is Donna from Yanship. Hello, Donna.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Great, Donna.
Yeah, great, Donna.
Let's test your buzzer, Donna.
Donna.
All right.
I think we should test Mark as well.
Okay, we'll test your buzzer, Mark.
Mark.
Yep, working.
Natalie, can you tell them how to win the last quarter?
Okay, if you win the last quarter, you will win the last quarter.
All right.
And to win the last quarter, you just have to get this question right.
Here is your last quarter question. According to the children's song, what should you do if you're happy and you know it?
Mark.
Donna.
Mark?
Clap your hands.
Second quarter, super sub.
The last quarter, and therefore, he's won the last quarter, everybody.
Oh, Mark!
You're off to the Footy Friday night. Premium Bankwest best seats to see the West Coast and the Sun. And, as Sean would like to point out, food and drinks are included,
Oh,
Mark.
shizzle.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
You have a good
Get
night.
into it, mate. Good on you, Mark.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
That's how
it
it's
is.
done, everybody.
Exactly. Tomorrow, the last quarter will be back, where to win the last quarter, you have to win the last quarter.
We can't make it any easier.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We hear rumours that some of you have children.
Oh, I
And
know.
those
What were
children
you thinking?
can be a nightmare. Here to help you raise them. He's written The Parenting Revolution, a guide to raising resilient kids. That's what a lot of parents are after. Dr. Justin Coulson,
Now-
father of 6.
We do actually feel like we're cheating on Maggie Dent, but she's
Yes.
given us the green light.
Yes.
Because you're in the Maggie Dent posse.
Good on Mags. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Appreciate that. I should also mention this conversation is really only going to be between Sean and I today because
Yes.
no one else in the room has kids.
No,
Right,
no.
Justin. I've got that many questions for it. It's unbelievable. Hey, but
So
talk-
we know what? We'll see you guys at the end of the show. Let's go out for breakfast.
resilience is one of those things and key words that come up all the time. Schools are trying to
Yes.
teach it. And our day, the way that we
yes.
talk about it versus today, it seems like...
A generation ago, it wasn't a thing. Nobody mentioned it. It was just something that kids had inherently.
I feel that there's a lot of cop-outs. Does that make sense? Like I felt that us three here, sitting here, were held accountable, and you too.
You know what
Justin,
it is?
when you're from your parents, held accountable.
When we were
what?
younger, our parents didn't protect us from the world as much as parents do these days. Because
Is that fair?
they
Is that a
didn't care.
thing?
So there's a lot more coddling going on. We've got
Yes.
research that shows that. Here's something really fascinating. A couple of days ago on the Happy Families podcast, my wife and I talked about school camp.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a mum that wrote in and said, my kiddo's going off to school camp, 9, 10 years old, terrified. And I'm thinking, I'm just not going to let him go.
Oh.
And so we had this conversation about it, popped it onto our Facebook page. It's gone nuts. Everyone's, is it okay to keep the kids away from school camp? Heaps of parents saying yes. I'm sort of saying an alternative view is that avoidance reinforces anxiety.
Yeah.
And maybe instead of coddling the kids, we can help them to be prepared for this and give them the experience. Because when you do hard things, that's when you become resilient.
Yes.
Like if you don't do the hard thing, then you don't actually discover what you've got inside you, that potential to grow and learn and develop. So it's not like we need to say, toughen up, princess, just get out there, give them a thump and say, have a go. That's not going to help them. But we can supportively guide them to the hard thing and gently support them through it. And when they do that, they become more resilient.
Can I tell you, my school camp to Balaki Rock in when I was in Kalgoorlie.
It's still ingrained.
It is, and it was. We were out camping with a couple of Aboriginal elders, and back then in our day, they didn't. No one really cared about your welfare. Your parents didn't really ask. I was traumatised for most of that trip, but yet I still remember it and had an amazing time. And it was traumatised because it was cold, it was wet.
Yeah.
They remember they cut that kangaroo's tail off and then handed it to me. I had to sit on the bus while it wiggled around in my hands. So it was actually like a nightmare, like a horrific nightmare.
You're not selling it.
But yet I went to it, I got through it, And like now,
Yeah,
I've got
look
a
at
fun
him, he's
story.
fine. So, Justin, how would you prepare? So, if you do have a kid that's anxious about going to school camp, what are you going to say to them? What do you actually do to prepare them for it?
So in the book, I talk about how when we meet our kids' basic psychological needs, they thrive. They become resilient. And so these basic psychological needs, you want to have a feeling that you're connected with the people around you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to go to the camp if you hate everybody and everybody hates you. If you know you're going to get bullied, this is going to be a tough situation. You've got to have the trust of the teachers. So that relationship stuff matters. You've got to also have a sense of what psychologists call competence. That is, I reckon I can figure this out. I reckon I can master this. And so as parents, we've got to equip our kids, whether it's showing up for the exam or going to the party or whatever the hard thing is that they're going to do this afternoon, this weekend, next month, in the holidays, whatever it is, the camp, you just talk them through it. Okay, what's going to happen? What would you do if that happened? Give them a bit of a dry run, help them feel competent. Yeah. And the third thing is you've got to have a sense of control. When we feel like we're being controlled, everyone's telling us what to do all the time, we really resist that. Like, if you're in a relationship with somebody who's constantly controlling you, well, you can take them to court, right?
Yes,
like, this is
Don't worry, I'm coming for you.
not healthy. And so the kids have to have a sense that they've got a say, they've got a voice.
Some autonomy,
you do that.
Which is weird, because when we were growing up, we didn't have a say or a voice.
No, we didn't.
So that's why it flies in the face of everything that our generation is looking at, going, wait, we turned out all right.
Why do you reckon it's flipped from one generation to the next? It's in such an extreme way.
So I want to be really clear about giving your kids a voice doesn't mean that they get to choose.
Yeah.
Yes, hear that, everyone?
This is the critical thing. You can't say whatever you want, kids. That's independence. That's unhealthy. The research says that's terrible for kids.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about here is a collaborative approach where you say, if you could choose, what would it look like? And then you brainstorm and problem solve from there with your kids. Like, when you teach your kids to problem solve, what you're actually teaching them is you've got options. You can figure stuff out. And every now and again, as a parent, you step in and say, that would be really fun, wouldn't it? But we can't go that way. So we've got these boundaries that we've got to stay in. Let's try again. So the autonomy concept is more of a collaboration with wise parents who understand their children's development. Get that right, and voila, away you go. But to answer your question, the reason this is happening is because we've fetishized parenting. Like, it didn't even show up in the dictionary until 1958.
Oh, the word parenting.
Yeah, nobody goes husbanding or wifing.
No,
right? They're nouns, not verbs.
Well, now we're adulting.
That's right. But parenting became a thing, really kicked off in the 70s. Then Instagram happened, and we've just gone fetishizing.
Now you're showing parenting, and everyone's
we've got
the shiniest parent.
It's
we've
a
got
competitive
my
sport
Parental Guidance
now.
TV show, and we're looking at different parenting styles, and everyone's freaking out because we want our kids to be awesome. We want our kids to fulfill their potential. Quick hand up, any parent who has actually fulfilled their own potential?
Sean hasn't.
And
we don't think he's ever going to get there.
I want my kids to fulfill my potential, so I've got to control everything, and our anxiety goes up, and the kids' anxiety goes up. If we can just take a step back and say, I trust my kids are going to develop okay, and then just provide a nice environment for them, they're going to be resilient. They're going to do well.
But one thing that I think that gets in the way, and this is a typical excuse, is time when you're getting back to teaching the kids and having those discussions with them, and let's negotiate in a way and selling them a good thing. It's time you go, I can't be bothered dealing with that, so you allow them to, I don't know, eat an ice cream when they shouldn't be, or go to the
with
shops.
The drama attached to it.
Yeah, and then they find that the boundaries, and we get weaker and weaker. And the other thing that probably struggles in my household a lot, I'd say a lot of households, is when you're not working together as parents. They corner you. One of my sons, Cooper,
they know how to play
he gets my wife, and she says no to something. He comes at a different angle, and I'm out somewhere, and I get a phone call, and I go, yeah, no worries, blah, blah, blah. And then he just gets me, you know? And then the wife goes off.
Out you've been
she goes off the nut.
You've been outwitted.
Yeah.
I love it. Because they're sneaky, right? But we do the same thing. Like, you guys as a team, I know you do this with your boss. Boss said you can't do it, come at another angle, try a different way. Like, there's always going to be another way to do this, and that's because we want our autonomy. We want to do the things that we want to do. And that's raising kids. That's the great joy of it. It's the thing that you look back and laugh at in 10 years, but when you're doing it in the moment, you're like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe I signed up to have 4 kids or 6 kids. But it's the best.
Can I say, when we were growing up as well, right, it was, if someone got some new branded shoes, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My Reebok pumps.
Yeah. And then if you went around to someone's house and they had like a TV in their room, it was like, oh my God, you've got a TV in your room. Granted, I'm coming from a perspective, I grew up without a bedroom door, so everything's amazing to me. But these days, and we say it all the time, it's like and maybe it is because of Instagram and keeping up with everyone, but kids seem to be provided with so much more than what we were when we were younger. And it's like they all have to have flat screen TV. They have to have the newest
The latest
iPhone.
phone, yeah.
That's a lot. Like, why? Why do they get that now?
You're saying that, but they don't. Like, my kids don't have TVs in the bedrooms. My kids don't have the latest iPhones. Forget it. I mean, I'm not going to...
Yeah, but you have 100 children.
Well, that's true. I've signed up for a life of poverty and exhaustion.
Yeah, that's right. So we're talking 6 girls.
If you
That's
stop
an
doing it,
expensive
then
undertaking.
that'll take care of that.
Yeah. So this is the coddling thing that's happening, though, and... Again, I'm not an advocate at all for toughen up princess parenting. That doesn't.
But you
build
can say
resilience.
no.
But it's okay for a parent to say no. How you say it matters.
Yeah.
And I know that Nathan's going to say, yeah, well, when I was a kid, your parents just said no, and that was it. And
then you get hit. Sorry.
I was about to say, and that's totally fine, but you've added that, and now I've got to... But when we say no to our kids, it's fine to say no and just leave it at that sometimes. But other times, if something really matters to the kids, it doesn't hurt to sit on the edge of the bed that night and say, hey, kiddo, I know you're really upset about this thing. I just want to chat with you about it. You're not going to change your mind, but you're just going to let them know that you're there. And it's having that soft place. It's having a parent who's just willing to listen to you. And even if that parent still says no, at least they show they care.
Yeah.
That's what the research says makes for resilient kids.
Yeah. We're joined in the studio by Dr. Justin Coulson. The book is called The Parenting Revolution, A Guide to Raising Resilient Kids. He is a parenting expert. He has 6 daughters.
Oh, and not
no
just that.
grey hair. What?
Not just
How
that.
is that possible?
6 daughters. Right? So we're looking at him and we're going, okay, you're around our age, and then you just told us what?
My eldest daughter, who has been married for like 4 years now, is about to make me a grandpa.
You're going to be a grandpa.
Is
Sean,
that weird?
we live in a world where we could be grandparents. No! No!
Well, let's be clear.
Oh, no, we couldn't.
You're not going to be.
Because you have no children and no prospects.
Nathan, you found something you want to discuss
I
here.
was just going through Granddad's book. And I'm just talking about parenting in different countries.
Yeah.
And I was amazed to know that the French tend not to praise their children.
Yeah, smart, those French.
So what are you talking
But we live
about?
in a world of praise. Yes, praise all the time.
Got to pump up those tires,
You do.
right?
You got to tell the kids they're great, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
So what's the go?
Research evidence doesn't support it. The French have actually got this right, and the rest of us have got this wrong. So my kids do not get praise. Doesn't mean that they just get an endless barrage of criticism. They just don't get
But what
praise.
about when they do something actually awesome?
When they do something really awesome, like let's say they run into the house and say, Dad, you're not going to believe it, I got an A+ on the test, or I won the cross country.
And they'd really struggled.
Yeah, you burn their favourite skirt.
Yeah.
and at that point, now this is a little bit of this is not parenting 101. This is we're stepping up a level here. Okay,
Righto.
So what research shows is that when you praise your kids, they start to rely on you for external judgments about their worth and their value.
Yeah, right.
So they start to look to you. It's kind of like when you get off air, if you're constantly looking at your content director and saying, how'd we do today? How'd we do today?
Oh, we would never ask him that.
No.
And also, we don't have a content director. Very bare bones here.
But you become increasingly insecure when you're constantly looking to external sources.
Yeah,
of
like, was that
judgment
okay? Was
and
that okay? Was that
evaluation.
okay?
So
Yeah, right.
My objective as a parent is to remove that judgment and evaluation from my interaction with my kids until they know how they feel about it themselves. So kiddo comes in, she's just stoked because something awesome happened. And when she says, Dad, I won, or I got an A+, my response is, how awesome. You seem totally stoked.
Oh,
Yeah, right. So you reflect on how they feel.
I'm telling them, I say what I see. Oh, you must have been pumped when that came through.
Yes.
And they'll say, oh, yeah, I felt so good. And then the question is, so what'd you do to get the A+? Or how come you won? I mean, did everyone walk, or have you been training? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And they tell me the story about what they did to be awesome. At which point I can say whatever I want because they've kind of praised themselves. And I can say, you know, I'm so proud of you. Give us a hug, fist pump, whatever.
Yeah.
And so you can have that positive feedback after. But praising your kids, and here's something fascinating about the research. The kids that we praise the most, they're the ones that we think that they need it the most. They're the ones who struggle the most, right? So when they have that sense of achievement, when they do something well, we dive in there and we don't just praise them. What psychologists call, we provide effusive or overpraising.
Yes.
Right? And that's actually doing more damage because they're already feeling lousy. And then when we say, oh, you're so awesome, you're this, you're that. In fact, one researcher found that kids, once they get past about 5 or 6 years of age, when we say, you are so awesome, you're amazing, what a superstar, they start to question. They think, if you're praising me that much, what's the matter with me?
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like when you're saying, the broccoli tastes so good, it's amazing.
You're overcompensating.
Like, something's the matter.
Yes.
That's really good, Nat. Well done.
Because naturally really, you think
You just praised her.
You think that you'll praise kids to get them to do what you want to do, like good sharing, or that was really, great playing with your
Way
little
to
brother.
dub on daddy.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And so, how do you get them to share, or how do you encourage them to do what you want them to do if you're not praising them?
So there's a couple of things that you can do. The first thing is, like, if I walk into the kitchen and my kids have tidied the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, you know what? Parenting expert here. Hello, it does happen now and then.
Oh, wow.
But I don't walk into their bedroom or whatever and say, hey, great tidying.
Yeah.
What I do instead is I say, hey, I've just walked in here and everything's perfect. Was this you?
What have you done?
Yeah, and then I'll say, I really appreciate that. So appreciation is not praise.
Okay.
Because appreciation just makes you feel like somebody noticed you, and that feels
just
nice.
acknowledgement.
It's acknowledgement.
I want to get back into some of the more things that the French do, and this is really interesting. They don't give their children options at dinner. The kids simply eat what the adults are eating, even
but it's
if
French
it's snailed.
food, so.
But my thing with that is...
That's really interesting.
Because back in when we were growing up, you ate what you were given, and if you
100%.
didn't, it was glad wrapped, and then served the next night, then served the next night. Whereas these days, and I know that my best mate, his little girls have real trouble eating, and a lot of the times they'll try and serve up about 4 different dinners. Just trying to get them to eat because they're worried they're not eating. So what do you do?
This is why a recent survey of 42 countries found that parental burnout is higher now than it has ever been in history. Because
they're making 4 meals a night.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do that, can you? So the deal is that you work with your kids and you say, hey, we're having some eating issues. This is what we're having for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've got one child who she pretty much just eats yellow food and white food. Like chips, cheese, pasta, that sort of thing, rice. Yep. And any parent who's got a kid who's a bit of a fussy eater will know. And it's a little bit complex. We don't want to just give blanket feedback like the kids just eat what they're given or whatever, because this can lead to some...
Oh, yes. And there are some neurodiverse kids that really struggle.
There's all kinds of textural issues. I mean, there's so much to this conversation. But in a nutshell, for a typically developing child who's just being a bit of a fussy eater, most dietitians, most nutritionists will say, make sure that there's a couple of things on the plate that they will eat.
Okay.
Try and expose them to stuff that they're not familiar with. If they can just have 1 or 2 bites, over time they get better. And most of the time, if we have a healthy approach to eating and we don't make a big deal about it, like just stop forcing the issue. Remember that conversation about choice?
Yeah.
Stop forcing the issue. Just say, hey, the food's on the plate. You're hungry or you're not. You can eat it or you don't. And pretty much most kids will start to eat the food as they get older. I guess the other thing is make sure that you don't have a fridge full of junk food and a pantry full of rubbish.
Yeah, better options in their
because
mind.
they will go for the high fat, high
some
sugar
broccolini.
stuff.
Yeah. Broccolini. Don't look at the Smith's chips.
Hey, Justin, we're running out of time, but one thing that I wanted to bring up is as a parent at schools in particular, it seems like and I'm one of these people, you feel like you need to turn up to everything. So old mate's playing at a school event, swimming carnival, running thing, everything,
concert,
you're there, right?
Because you're going to be judged by the other parents?
Yeah, I don't know. If
and the kids now have an expectation of it.
I think it's both.
You want to be able to show your child that you're there all the time, watching them and doing that. I've got that feeling, and I know everyone's there. Like my mum could go to a athletics carnival because she wasn't working at the time, but... You know, Dad was at work.
My dad never went to
be
anything,
there, footy,
not one
whatever.
thing.
Things happen.
Mate, I'm pretty sure from the ages of 12 to 14, I never saw my parents. I didn't see anything.
Is that a strange part we've all gone to now?
I like to look at this from the perspective of both the parents and the kids. Okay, so if you're a child and you're swinging the carnival or the cross country's on and you look up into the stands and you see a parent's there, it feels really awesome. And then you can go and ask them for a couple of bucks to buy some chips at lunch or whatever. It's just a really nice treat and it feels good. Research shows if you want to raise resilient kids, they need to feel seen, heard and valued. And that's what good parents are trying to do. That's why they're doing all of that. But kids are also understanding, like, parents have got to work. Parents have got other commitments. And if you say, oh, gee, I wish I could come to the thing that you're doing today. I wish I could see you get your award on assembly today. But I'm stuck at work, or the boss needs this, or I have to take your sister to the appointment. When you do that, the kids are like, yeah, cool, okay. And what matters is not that you're showing up at every single thing. What matters is that your kids know that you're there for them. Whether it's the car ride home where you're listening to their favourite songs and singing at the top of your lungs, or whether it's tonight when you're sitting on the edge of their bed and you're rubbing their back and just having a chat about the day, or whether it's on Saturday morning when you say, hey, kids, we're going to go down to the beach, the surf's on, let's make it happen. Whatever it is that you do, so long as they know that they get those moments, that's what matters for building resilience. You've got to have that caring adult in your life. That carrying on doesn't have to show up at everything.
Yeah.
Can you say things like, Dad will come to the swimming carnival, but you have to win?
Good point.
Because that's where Sean comes from. Sean would rather his children win than not, so to use that
only if you say
as
great
currency.
When they That's a break. That was not what I meant. I was just kidding.
No. We heard you said what you said.
You said what you said. Yeah. I might as well tear this book in half now.
Dr. Justin Coulson's book is called The Parenting Revolution, a guide to raising resilient kids. Get on board, everybody. Justin, thank you so much for coming in. We could talk to you all day.
Thanks, Grandad.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Calling to the dance floor. Cut the music.
Don't miss the Australian classic Strictly Ballroom the Musical at Planet Royale this June. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster.
Here we go with a round of ballroom bangers. All you need to do is guess the ballroom cover song, and whoever's best at it is going to score a VIP package for two to see Strictly Ballroom the Musical at Planet Royale Theatre with $500 cash.
Righto, we're going to head down the freeway to Port Kennedy. G'day, Christy.
Hi.
Hi, Christy. Welcome to the dance floor.
Thank you.
No worries. Beautiful dress.
Yeah. A lot of sequins.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you look amazing. You're going against Jessica from Westminster. Hi, Jessica.
Hello.
You look amazing, Jessica.
Yes, your dress has got a lot
Thank you.
of flesh-coloured mesh, so it looks like
It's
you're
just all
naked.
flesh mesh. It's just all flesh mesh with two strategically placed diamantes.
Yes. Bold choice.
Yep.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to play a track for you. We'll tell you if you're listening out for a song or a TV theme or whatever. We'll give you the category. When you hear it, if you think you know the title, you need to buzz in with your name. You get it right, you take that round. Get it wrong, we'll keep going. Okay, we'll give you more shots at it. It is the best of 5. Let's test your buzzers. Christy?
Christy.
Jessica?
Jessica.
Working well. Nice and loud when you...
Ladies, I'm just letting you both know that today they're all songs.
All songs, Dave.
They're all songs. They're all songs.
Sorry, and title must be word perfect.
Yeah, welcome to the dance floor, both of you, and let's play our first song.
Any ideas, girls?
No.
No, I think we'll put
So
on
let's
one.
sing it, guys. Radioactive, radioactive. People would be screaming in their cars or at home then.
Rightfully so. Score check. It's 0-all.
0-all.
All right.
It's been murder on the dance floor, hasn't it?
That's not a clue.
All right, everybody. Here is the next song.
I'm a blonde, beautiful girl in the fantasy world. Dress me up, make me tight. I'm your darling.
Jessica.
Yes, Jess.
Barbie World.
Oh, not the name of the song. Okay, we'll keep going.
Correct.
Barbie Girl. Christy.
Christy.
Barbie Girl.
Yeah, Christy.
Christy. And Jess, damn it. Okay, Christy, shot out to a 1-0 lead.
Okay, now we're cooking, everyone.
We're
now we're
on
cooking.
the board.
Yeah, we're warmed up. Let's
Okay.
get stuck into the third song.
Sí, sabes que ya llevo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo.
Jessica.
Yes, Jess.
Despacito.
Yeah, we'll play that.
We'll play it.
Despacito.
Despacito.
That's right.
Despacito.
Yes, well done.
Was
One
this
all.
gorgeous?
1 all.
1 all. I feel like we're doing this for 10
Yeah,
days.
I thought that was a miracle you got that. Well done.
Yes.
Okay, all right, guys. Are we ready for song number 4?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
please.
are.
Hit it.
You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart. And maybe be in magazines, but you still be my star.
Baby, 'cause in the dark you can see shiny cars, and that's when you need me there. With you I always share. Because
Jessica.
Yes, Jessica.
Umbrella.
Yes, Jessica. Yes, well done. You lead 2-1. Now, Christy, you can force it to a tie break with this final round, or Jess can take it out.
All right.
Here we go.
I think we're going to need a lot of luck with this
Yes,
one.
I
But
think
the
so too.
answer is there.
Yes.
Just lean into the song. Be part of the music. Let's start it. Let's go.
Jessica.
Yes, Jessica.
Take me to church.
Yes, Jessica. A resounding victory, Jess. Well done. You are off to see. You've won that VIP package for 2 to see Strictly Ballroom the musical at Planet Royale Theatre. Plus, we're going to give you $500 cash so you can really make a night of it, Jess. Well done.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Couple
No
of tough
worries.
ones there. Well
Done.
played.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, we're Coldplay. The only way to see us live is to keep it on mobile.
Coldplay bring their Music of the Sphere World Tour to Perth's Optus Stadium, November 18th, 2023. Tickets on sale Tuesday. Visit livenation.com.au.
It is an exciting time. Announced officially yesterday, Coldplay are bringing their Music of the Sphere World Tour to Perth's Optus Stadium, November 18th, 2023, and they're not going anywhere else in Australia.
No, they are not. Tickets go on sale for people who would like to buy tickets with their own money Tuesday at 10 a.m, where you can get them from livenation.com.au.
Look, that's amazing to have that opportunity. But right now, we've got one double to give away.
We're going to open
You don't have to pay for
the
it.
phones right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna
13
just
24
pick,
10.
Yeah,
you know the
pick
number.
someone. Yeah.
All right, pick a deserving
All right.
person.
Okay.
Amy,
All right.
this is on our producer, Amy.
Hello, Nova. Who's this?
Donnell.
Hi, Danelle.
Hi, Danelle.
You're on air with Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
Hi.
So, Danelle, firstly, I just want to say congratulations because you're in with a shot at winning 10K a day in May. All right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know, just because you got on air.
How can that be better?
Because you've also won
Can't be.
a double
Unless I win.
to go and see Coldplay. How about that?
Oh my God!
I know.
Danelle, what a great day.
That's amazing.
See what I
Oh my
mean?
God.
Oh, this is why everyone should speak to a Danelle a day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's worth for us. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
No
my God.
worries.
I can't believe that just happened.
Do you win a lot of things, Danelle?
No, never.
No.
Never.
So just thought you'd take a part, call the number, and then lo and behold, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we tried earlier this morning,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
first time the tickets were going, and we just, like, the number went really quiet.
Yeah.
Like, you think, oh, it's going to ring,
Yeah.
and then it quickly started, and we're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And I've just pulled up to the pharmacy to get something after I've dropped all the kids off, and I thought, I just won't get out, I'll wait for it to go again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, I got through and I won!
Yeah.
All right, let's have a game of what's Danelle getting at the pharmacy.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
I think she's getting antihistamines.
I think she's getting Caniston.
Sean? What do you think she's getting, Sean?
Harry is mouthing something to me, Janelle, and I'm like, oh, no, she's a lovely lady.
Lovely ladies use them too. Box of condoms. All right.
Who was closest?
Who's closest?
None of you.
Oh, okay. Round two.
Round two.
She's getting those $10 spectacles that the old people get when they don't want to go to the optometrist.
She's getting a heat pack you can put in the microwave.
Okay,
COVID booster?
All right, go. Anyone close?
No, not even close.
All right, so round three. Sleep apnea mask.
Jelly beans.
Jelly beans, Sean.
Some BioGlen.
All right, anyone close? Is it too personal for us to ask what you're getting at the chemist?
I guess not. No,
Is it prescription?
Antibiotics.
What are you getting?
migraine tablets.
Yes.
Yeah, that can be crippling.
And that's
And some anti-inflammatories, some Celebrex.
Yes,
oh, no,
Celebrex,
they don't do anything, mate.
No,
You
you
gotta
just
step
your
up.
body's resisting because you've taken them all.
actually need them for them to do something.
Yeah, Sean.
No,
I think I was
Naprosyn-
closest because I said
Naprosyn
antihistamine and she
Yes.
said antibiotics, so I win.
And
by
anti-inflammatories, yeah.
Oh, not the same as anti.
Janelle,
but never mind.
Thank
Good try,
you for
guys.
That was a good game, wasn't it?
allowing us
Everyone,
to get
next
to
week,
most
every day
personal
we're going
things.
to play What is Danelle getting at the chemist?
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Seen Jenny Craig in the news, right? That they're shut down.
Yeah,
because the American version went bust, eh?
Yeah, unbelievable stuff. A lot of people probably don't know that Jenny Craig's actually a real person. And I said to you, I remember something about her getting lockjaw. So it happened years and years ago. A noise startled her at night. Her head shot up, causing her lower jaw to snap over her upper jaw.
Oh!
Yes, yes.
Is that a dislocation?
So, TMJ, dislocation.
Yeah, and then it just kept on happening. So, so then she'd have to physically pry her mouth.
Is that
back
how she
open.
got so skinny?
That's my point. It's really, her model was flawed at the beginning because all of our jaws open.
Yes.
So,
I
wonder why they went bust. Yeah.
We got to the bottom of it.
We did.
Nat,
all right.
did you have to do that when you were learning all stuff with chiropractic? You have to do a jaw dislocation?
No, we did not. We would not do a jaw dislocation. We do learn about the temporomandibular joint and how to treat it, but we wouldn't ever dislocate somebody's jaw.
Yeah.
We're not monsters.
Yeah.
Believe you me.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
No, Nathan, Nat and Sean.
You wonder what do they do during...
Yeah, what do we do?
You know,
You can't tell
those
people what
times.
we actually do.
We just did a deep dive into Stephen Dorff, the actor.
And is that because you heard of Rosendorff?
No one would
I said
know.
Rosendorff, and I
ad.
went, Stephen Dorff should do ads for Rosendorff. And then we're like, what's Stephen Dorff been up to? Because it's one of those people where you go, he's probably dead.
He played PK in Power of One. That's probably what most people would know.
So
him
then,
from.
that was a huge movie.
Yeah, it
and
was.
celebrated and stuff. And then
Was
he's
in
just
1992.
made just an endless sea of poor choices after that.
Except for
He's not an A-grade actor.
No, he was in, and the only TV show really of note is 2019. He was in True Detective.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that
quite
was
big.
massive.
And before that, the only real one worth bringing up was he played a guy named Bobby in Blossom.
Stephen Dorff.
Young
name?
girls
What's his
don't
name?
wear
Stephen
enough
Dorff.
jaunty hats these days.
No, that's a great point.
No.
Yeah. So what do you mean? What did you say? He's in Blade too, Sean.
Oh, Blade, yeah.
Blade.
Righto, tomorrow.
I think it's probably time we stopped.
Do you think?
If this is anything to go by.
I don't know.
Footy players.
Yeah, we've got Sean Darcy and Jeremy McGovern tomorrow. A few bangers coming our way again.
Yeah,
in the
Ballroom
ballroom.
Bangers is back. And last quarter, where if you win the last quarter, then you win the last quarter for premium best seats in the house at the footy on Friday night.
You know,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, you go. I was going to say one person who struggled with the last quarter concept has been Ross. He came in before. He's like,
we keep
"Yeah, this is
explaining it
all
to
right."
him, but he's like,
But
can't
Ross
get his head
doesn't know
around it.
anything. Ross doesn't even know who Stephen Dorff is.
Actually, I just Googled it. He was in 2008's Felon, which is an American prison film that no one's heard of. Oh, no, Val Kilmer was in that. So,
So are you having an argument with yourself?
He was in Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star. He played Dick Shadow. Which will now be all of our fake name when we're out.
also, a few of us parents were talking in the hallway during your show. That
Yes.
parent expert, you
Justin,
guys, he was great. But we're all saying, we do this wrong, we do this wrong, we do this wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go back and listen. So he had some great stuff, but
He said, don't praise your children.
which is what we're saying we do
Constantly.
Yeah,
I know, because we think it's like rewarding a dog for sitting. Like
The only
it's,
praise you should have in your house is the mayonnaise.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.